Right then, like him or loathe him, Michael Schumacher remains the best in the business. Another all-conquering season, and he's still hungry for more. After another pole at Suzuka, Michael Schumacher sat down and chatted to James Allen.
Michael, the word perfect is often overused in motor racing, but can you think of any way in which this year could have been better for you?
No, clearly no.
It's been a dream, really, hasn't it?
It has been a fantastic season with many achievements, with many good races, with a lot of emotions. So it has been a beautiful year.
Let's talk about this F2002 car which is being worked on behind you. It came out at the Brazilian Grand Prix and it's only been beaten once so far. That was in Monaco. What makes it so special and what's it like to drive?
What makes it so special is that in every area we have been able to improve the car from last year, and although last year's car was already a very good car, we have gone a step further. We have Bridgestone on our side, which developed very well together with us because we dedicate a lot of time. We have a special test car who does all the development with them, and all this just works hand in hand and is probably one reason of the success. The other thing is driving the car is obviously something which makes a lot of fun, especially here in Suzuka or in Spa, where the circuit is a lot of challenge to a driver to throw the car around, get it precise on the limit. That's great fun. That's what is racing.
Now, your relationship with Rubens seems to have got closer and closer as the years gone, but he's actually got closer and closer to you on the racetrack as well. Have you been impressed by his performance this year?
Oh yes, certainly. I mean, if you look at other moments, and especially last year here, he has been quite far behind the pace, but in qualifying in particular. And this year he has raised his game, and that's obviously good because as a team you look that you have both cars together. Although I like to be in front, but a little bit is enough to do this.
And just briefly, let's touch on Indianapolis. You were smiling after the event. You were trying to do something, but perhaps maybe you didn't tell Rubens beforehand what it was. How do you feel about that looking back now?
I think what is important is that the end result satisfies us, and that's what it did. And as I said before, I sort of got in my heart, I got even with what happened in Austria. I felt I had to do something. And it wasn't discussed before, and I didn't feel being arrogant enough to discuss anything like that in front, as I knew Rubens was very fast in the race. And then as it happened that I was in front in the end of the race, I thought that's the right opportunity.
It's been a perfect 10 so far this season for you, Michael. Here at Suzuka, you seem to be on something of a mission, looking for that 11th Grand Prix victory this season. Do you feel like you're on a mission this weekend?
It's less to call it number 11, it's more to put another victory in a circuit I love, for especially Bridgestone, which have done a special effort all the year long, and here being in their home Grand Prix, so we like to make them happy because it's their 100th Grand Prix and it would be their 70th win. So it's sort of special numbers which we like to achieve.
I've covered your entire career in Formula One. I've seen you go through so many emotions, but just describe the emotion of becoming a 5-time world champion when it dawned on you.
I think pictures explain more than words, and if you look at my emotions and the way I have been after the race, crossing the line or on the podium, I think all those pictures do explain far more than I could put in words.
Now, this weekend, Max Mosley has been here in the paddock in Suzuka. He's laid out for public display all these proposals for next year. Most of them, as far as I can see, seem to be aimed at closing down your advantage over the field. How do you feel about that?
You know, we have a saying in Germany, you eat nothing as hot as you cook it. Let's wait and see.
The old master chef with a touch of the Cantonars there. They're cooking up all sorts of changes, aren't they, in Formula One, Tony? What is going to change?
He's clearly been at the curry house. He would have only been eating the red chilies, though, don't forget. No, they are trying to cook something out, and you see how Michael Schumacher was grinning on that. I think they will change the qualifying. I think there could be some changes to aerodynamics. I think there could be some cuts in testing. Gerhard Berger, for example, is by that. But as we've pushed and a lot of other people push, they need to cut more on the aerodynamics. And as for the ballast, which is a weight penalty if you're successful, that'd be like